Clan Chisholm. Listen. Is a Scottish clan. History. Origins. According to her 19th-century historian, Alexander Mackenzie, the clan Chisholm is of Norman and Saxon origin. Tradition stating that the Chisholms were a Norman family who arrived in England after the Norman conquest of 1066. The original Norman name being de Chesay, to which the Saxon term, home, was added upon the marriage of a Norman ancestor to a Saxon heiress. According to the Collins Scottish Clan and Family Encyclopedia, the Chisholm name was known in the Scottish borders since the reign of Alexander III of Scotland. In early records the name is written as de Chisholm, eventually later becoming Chisholm. In Scotland, the earliest recorded person of the family is on the Ragman rolls as Richard de Chisholm del Counter de Roxburgh, referring to the clan Chisholm's seat in Roxburghshire. One of the earliest recorded members of the family was John de Chisholm, who in 1254 was mentioned in a bull of Pope Alexander IV. Wars of Scottish Independence. In 1296 Richard de Chisholm rendered homage to Edward I of England and appears on the Ragman rolls. Sir John de Chisholm led the clan at the Battle of Bannockburn in 1314 against the English. Robert Chisholm fought against the English at the Battle of Neville's Cross in 1346. Was taken prisoner with King David II and probably not released until 11 years later when his royal master returned to Scotland. In 1359 Robert Chisholm succeeded his grandfather as constable of the important stronghold of Urquhart Castle, and later became Sheriff of Inverness and Justiciar of the North. Robert was knighted by David II of Scotland. This Robert was the last Chisholm to hold lands in both the north and south of Scotland. He divided his estates among his younger children. Robert's son was Alexander Chisholm, who married Margaret, heiress of the lands of Urchlis. Urchlis Castle has been the seat of the chiefs ever since. Conflicts. The Chisholms became well known for cattle raiding. In 1498 William Chisholm of Comer and others carried off 56 oxen, 60 cows, 300 sheep, 80 swine and 15 horses belonging to Hugh Rose of the Clan Rose. Later in 1513, William Chisholm of Comer and Sir Alexander MacDonald of Glengarry were with Sir Donald MacDonald of Lochalsh on his return from the Battle of Flodden when he decided to invade the Clan Urquhart. Some sources say that MacDonald occupied Urquhart Castle for 3 years despite the efforts of Clan Grant to dislodge them. Civil War. In 1647, Alexander Chisholm was appointed to the committee which arranged the defence of Inverness on behalf of the Covenanters against the Royalists. In 1653 the Chisholms stole cattle from the Clan Munro and Clan Fraser. They were, however, captured and brought to court where they were ordered to return all they had stolen and pay the Chief Munro of Fowles and Chief of Clan Fraser £1,000 interest each. After the Stuart Restoration in 1660, Alexander followed his father as a Justice of the Peace, and in 1674 was appointed Sheriff Depute for Inverness. Once again his duties brought him up against the MacDonalds, for in 1679 he was ordered to lead 1,000 men of the county to quell a disturbance created by some members of the clan, and in 1681 he was given a commission of fire and sword against them. Jacobite Risings. During the Jacobite Rising of 1715, Roderick Macy Ain't Chisholm supported the Jacobite cause. Chisholm of Crockfern led 200 men of the clan at the Battle of Sheriffmuir in 1715 where they were defeated. Some members of the clan took part in the Rising of 1719. A landing was made on the west of Scotland, and according to one account, the Chisholms were employed as scouts. They were not present at the Battle of Glen Shiel, which ended that Jacobite attempt. Much of Roderick's lands were afterwards forfeited to the Crown, with a number of other chiefs. Roderick obtained a royal pardon in 1727, but he was never allowed to regain his estates, which his brother administered until 1743, when it was transferred to Roderick's eldest son, Alexander Chisholm, younger of Cromer. During the Jacobite Rising of 1745, Roderick again supported the Jacobites. His son, Roderick Og Chisholm, led the clan at the Battle of Culloden, leading a very small regiment of about 80 men, where he was killed along with 30 clansmen. One of the 14 battle flags taken from the Jacobite army at Culloden, which were handed over to the authorities and burnt in Edinburgh, was a white linen banner of this regiment. It should be noted, however, that two of Roderick's sons, James and John, were captains in the British army of the Duke of Cumberland. Clan Castle. The seat of the Clan Chisholm was originally at Cromer Lodge and then at Churchless Castle, which was sold in 1937. Clan Chiefs. The present chief is Andrew Francis Hamish Chisholm of Chisholm, 33rd Chief of Clan Chisholm. The following is a list of some of the previous chiefs of Clan Chisholm. See also Carney Ige, Mam Sodale and Glen Affric. Parts of the former Highland Chisholm lands. Chisholm. Disambiguation. Clan Chisholm Society. Clan Chisholm links. Chisholm heraldry. Notes. Bibliography.